Playing the trading post to make gold in New World is about to get a total shake-up. This website that's in development is going to be insane for the amount of information that you can get off and understand more about the economy in the game. And it's going to provide you with a massive advantage as to the amount of information that you can rip off the trading post and use, manipulate to your own advantage. Fill your pockets with gold instead of, I don't know, someone else, anyone else, unless it's your mum or someone. We'll get into the specifics about the website very soon, but basically you will be able to see the buying and selling history, volume, prices, number of orders, all of that kind of thing over a time period. The website is extremely exciting. It's in development now with its first batch of features, with more to come in the future. Almost no one knows about it at the moment, and if you're one of the first that do when it launches, you are going to have a huge advantage. If we haven't met before, I'm ActusXD, you're lovely, let's get stuck straight into it! I need to start by giving the usual caveat, I suppose. I'm not connected to the developers of this website that I'm going to be talking about. I have no involvement. I'm not being sponsored. There's no quid pro quo of any kind. Before we get stuck into the video, I want you to go and leave a comment down below what you think the most useful thing in terms of assisting you to make gold on the trading post would be. What one development could Amazon or someone else implement? The website is new-world.exchange, and as you can see at the top here, it's currently in beta. Basically, what this is doing is looking at all the items that are currently listed, buy orders and sell orders, and the activity on the trading post for those orders at any given time, and is tracking it over a period of time. So if we want to look at the price trend for orichalcum ingots, we simply search orichalcum ingots, and we can see, going back, if I could do maths in my head, about 4 days, what price trends are happening with orichalcum ingots. Why do I always have to say the word ingot like 47 times? Anyway, you'll be able to see here that the blue line is the current best offer for selling, so the cheapest sell order, and the red line is the best offer for buying, or the most expensive buy order. You get additional information as well if you use your scrolly wheel to scroll down the page like I'm miraculously doing here, and it will tell you about the total amount that are listed on the market for the same time period. Continuing to scroll down gives us our third and last graph, being unique offers on the market, which if we hover over this little information symbol, says the total amount of unique listings across all trade posts. This is an indication of the number of people selling this item, since each listing may be for an arbitrary amount up to the stack limit of this item. So that just means the number of unique listings that you see on any page if you search for the item. And this, combined with this information, can be very useful to anyone that's intending to play the trading post. For instance, you can see here that it looks like a huge amount of the orichalcum ingots were bought on or between, in my time in Australia, between the 1st of January at 11 AM and midday. What does that mean? That means that a huge number of the available orichalcum ore was bought off the market. There was 10,458, and it was bought down to 8,767. So if you're looking not necessarily at orichalcum ingots, although this could be a good one, you will be able to predict or see if there is a trend down in the availability of a resource on the market. Then you can predict that the price trend is going to go up. If you are privy to this information before anyone else is, then there's a number of things you can do to capitalize on the information at hand, whether you choose to go out and farm this stuff to jump on the wagon if it seems like a whale is trying to adjust the price, then if you've got your own to list as things are going bonkers. Otherwise, you might predict that the prices are still relatively the same for this time period, but that they will change as the market catches up to the availability of the items. So you buy here, and then the price is going to bump up as the market adjusts to a reduced supply. One of the really exciting things that you can do is you can search for subscribe to ActusXD, and we can see here that there's no data because you haven't done it. So hit the subscribe button, leave a like, comment down below if you're as hyped about this as I am, because I'm pretty freaking hyped, as you might be able to tell. Anyway, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do with your coins, but the point is this is information that has previously been hidden, secreted away behind the scenes, or potentially not even, looked at by Amazon, who knows, that is now going to be freely available to you as a person who is interested in prices of things on the trading post. An absolute game changer in that you will now be able to see, well, say you've spent 10 days farming rawhide, and you're like, well, at a good time to buy or sell? Well, what we would do is just jump over here and have a look at rawhide, and we could see, oh, well, it was 0.1. Now, it went up, on the 31st of December, it went up to 0.33 very briefly. So, as you could see, it was coming down. If you saw that this spike up here and then the graph started to come back down, you would probably try and jump on that to get your rawhide sold at the high price of between 0.29 and 0.19 as it stabilized and came back down. Over time, you'll be able to read and predict different price trends over days, times of the day. So if we look at glittering ebony, for instance, and if we're only looking at the best sell offers, that is the amount that you want to buy, we can see that on most days, the price sort of takes a little bit of a dip coming into midday. If we look here between sort of 8 a.m. and 11 a.m., the price dips a little bit and then it stabilizes or comes back up even a little higher than it was about midday, and then it holds a new price here. Obviously, there's something hinky happening here in the middle of the night. I don't know what's going on there, but then if we come forward up here, we can see again the same thing. The price tends to drop down between sort of 8 o'clock, and then from 9 it starts to rise and then come back above the previous stable line for a little while. Same thing again today. If we look at the price drops a bit earlier and then comes back up, takes another dip in the morning, my time, and then goes back up between 10 and midday. So if you are able to start predicting that that's happening over the course of a number of days, you might decide, well, I'm going to start buying at between 9 and 11 as the price comes down, and I'll be able to sell in only 2 hours later. If I can put, 10, 15 up for another 10 gold, then I've made myself a free 100. I keep saying gold, I mean, I made myself a free 100 coins. So I'm extremely excited about the prospects of this New World Exchange, which is, as I say, only in beta. If we go back to the front page, the site is currently relatively closed down because it's only in beta, and you need to be granted access to it via Discord by speaking to one of the developers. It also currently only looks at the Bifrost server. However, in the next few weeks, the development team intend to roll out to a number of the most populated New World servers and hopefully expand from there. We can have a read to see that they have been tracking available orders since the beginning of November, and they're currently working on aggregating the data. They hope in the future to add such features as sale alerts, so if a price of something goes above or below, you could get an email or a text or something in game, I don't know, recipe calculators, and a better version of the in-game trading post browser, which that would be revolutionary if that could happen. There's a few little pieces of information which I would be hoping to be able to see in the future, especially being able to restrict or expand the timeline so that you can see price information either over a very short period of time or over a much longer period of time if you were trying to understand price trends and that kind of thing. But it literally has every item in the game that is available to be listed on the trading post here, and they're tracking all of them. It is extremely interesting and an exciting prospect for what could be to come in the future. In any event, if you are currently on the Bifrost server, then get to new-world.exchange, join the Discord, and beg for permission to get in on this so you can start capitalizing. Otherwise, if you are anywhere else in the world, I would start to get the hype rolling, or actually, maybe keep it to yourself so that you can... No, I'm kidding. Jump in the Discord to stay updated with the developments that are happening there, and so that you'll know as soon as it goes live. Thank you for joining me for another video. I wish you well for the start of this 2022 period. I've been Actus. You've been lovely. Thank you. I love you. And remember,